The human clock will be a sound installation and a performance that takes 1 hour, more or less 1 hour. We try to make it 1 hour, but we don't have a clock, so it's a human clock, basically. The ensemble will be set up in a circle, also representing the hands of a clock. So there'll be the seconds ticking around the audience, which is inside the circle. And the minutes will sort of move around a bit slower, and the hour is extremely slow and almost stays still. And I'm using about 10 to 12 different musicians that I've been working with, and they'll be performing some of my compositions, but also improvisation. So I think it's going to be a really interesting experience to sit inside this human clock. On my lap you see a hang. It's an instrument from Switzerland. It was invented in 2001. So it's quite a young instrument, and I've been playing it pretty much ever since. And it's an instrument that's melodic and percussive at the same time, I guess. And the beauty is basically to combine those things and yeah, discover that new sound. So. The second part of the performance at King's Place is going to be a performance of a chamber orchestra, which is playing music that I wrote over the last few years, but they're all new arrangements. So music pieces that I mainly wrote for electronics and for hang and with singers, but I've been wanting to play them with wind instruments, string instruments, brass instruments and percussion. So it's going to be an interesting mixed ensemble. I think playing rock drums really has an impact on your body, because your pulse, your heart rate goes up. It's like running or doing sports. And when your pulse is faster, your heart rate is faster, then you sort of think the music you play is slower. It's that weird effect, because you can't really relate to, like, you don't have a perfect time in your body. So everything is sort of related to your pulse. And when I played rock music as a teenager, and I listened to recordings afterwards, I was always shocked how fast we played it, because we were all on adrenaline and really sort of high heart rate, and it really affects your playing. I think in a band or in an ensemble, as a drummer, you've got a lot of responsibility about the sound, because the sounds we create are the most percussive and the most precise ones. So usually, if there is a strong rhythm and pulse, then the ensemble follows the drummer, unless there's a conductor who's not getting on with the drummer, but usually the drummer's got sort of the main responsibility. And I think you basically grow into it. But for me personally, it was really interesting when I changed from being a drummer in a band to being a hang player in a band, where I also had a drummer. And then you realize, oh, I'm not in control anymore of this power. And it was really hard for me at the beginning to sort of let loose and give someone else the responsibility about that. I feel like I've got two different lives. I've got this half a year where I'm on tour and on the road, and where I think everything is a bit faster in my life, and then it's high energy, high focus, and performing every night. So that would probably be like a 150 BPM. But then I've got this other life where I'm at home and I compose music. It's all a bit more relaxed. Or I disappear in the mountains, which I like a lot in my downtime. And then it's way slower, so I probably just half time, so it's probably 75 then.